Previously on Present Time.
This is the last time I'll be recording information to assist you in the operation of this device. I hope you will use it for good, not evil.
It is the year 2074. An old man carefully places the finishing touches on a powerful invention.
I believe you have something of interest to turn over to us. No sign of the disc?
Negative.
Well, if you do have it, your work here seems to be over.
From this world, a package is sent through time for safekeeping. And now, life is about to get a little bit more interesting.
I still can't crack this code.
Hang in there, Emily. Might be your only way of figuring out where the time machine came from and why it came to me.
If I could hook the machine up to my computer, I can use my disassembler software.
Yeah, whatever she said.
The problem is, I don't have the right adapter. There's some weird slot here that doesn't jive with any laptop I've ever seen.
Maybe we can make one.
Yeah. If I drew out the plans, I bet Mr. Pinchon could help you make one in shop class.
I just hope Mr. P's not still mad at me about that broken drill bit.
That was weeks ago. I'm sure he's forgotten all about it.
I hope so. Because I have a feeling whoever built this thing is trying to tell us something.
Walker, McCoy, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Vanderhill, we hear you.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Now listen up. I am very distressed at how slowly things are proceeding with my museum project.
Things might go faster if you didn't change your mind every other minute.
What's that? I didn't catch that.
My associate was just saying how things might go faster if we mind our time and made use of every minute.
My point, exactly. Like I was telling Simon Jr. just the other day. Simon, I said, time is the one thing that money cannot buy. Speaking of buying, I have decided to make some changes in the museum gift shop. I will send Harry over tomorrow morning with revised blueprints.
Don't worry, Mr. Vanderhill, we won't let you down.
No, I don't guess you will, not unless you want me to take my business elsewhere.
Who is that?
Mr. Simon Monroe Vanderhill III.
Well, he sounded kind of loud.
Oh, and that was one of his better moods.
Vanderhill.
You know him?
We go to school with his son. Is he really gonna fire you?
Not unless we give him a reason. But don't worry, we're not going to.
Amen to that. After our last job fell through, we can't afford to lose this one.
Sure is nice of you to help me with my project, Mr. Pinchon. Especially after I broke that Anyway, sure is nice of you to help.
I haven't yet.
Mr. Pinchon, call for you in the office. Mr. Pinchon?
Keep an eye on the room till I get back. Oh, and stay away from the drill press.
Yes, sir, Mr. Pinchon. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Oh, hey, Simon.
Hey, Walker. Looks like Pinchon's got you minding the shop. What's this?
Oh, just some special plans for a special kind of computer adapter. No big deal. What you working on?
New wheel mounts. Yeah. I passed Mr. Pinchon in the hall. He said it'd be okay if I started without him.
He did? Are you sure?
Yeah, Scout's honor.
Are you sure he knew you'd be using the drill?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Simon, no! Don't push so hard on that! It might... break. Mr. Pinchon's gonna go ballistic.
You know what your problem is, Josh? You worry too much. Watch. Ta-da! Good as new. We keep our mouths shut, and no one will know.
We can't do that.
Why?
Because it's dangerous, that's why. Besides, you already told Mr. Pinchon you'd be using the drill press.
I just told you that so you wouldn't get all hall-monitor-ish on me.
You don't understand. I already busted one drill bit this month. When Mr. Pinchon finds out about this one, he'll think I've done it again.
I'm sorry. How is this my problem?
It's your problem because when Mr. Pinchon asks what happened, I'm gonna have to tell him the truth.
No. You see, because if you did that, it'd be your word against mine. And who do you think Mr. Pinchon's gonna believe? Me? Or the guy who's already busted a drill bit?
I guess that's a chance I'm just gonna have to take. Just because your dad bullies everyone around doesn't give you the right to.
Of course it does. Let me explain something to you. My dad believes everything I tell him. If I tell him you're the culprit here, he's gonna buy it. Lock, stock, and drill bit.
So what? My dad will believe me.
That's the point, lame-o. They'll get in this big argument, and your dad will end up losing the big construction job that my dad just hired him to do. Do you really want your dad to lose his job because of you? You really that selfish?
2 drill bits in 1 month. What's gotten into you, Josh? I thought I could trust you. Disobeying teachers has never been your style. Is there something else you'd like to tell me about all this?
Evening, Mr. Walker. We know Josh is grounded, but we didn't know if he was grounded, or just plain grounded.
Grounded. But as long as you're here, you might as well come in. But only for an hour, and no going outside, understood?
Yes, Dad.
Hello.
Hello? Walker?
Hello, Mr. Vanderhill.
I've decided to make some revisions to my latest revisions.
I can't believe you're taking the blame for that twerp Simon.
Oh, like I have a choice.
You can tell your dad what really happened.
It's not that simple, Emily. Simon was serious about Josh's dad losing his job. And if Josh's dad gets fired, then my dad gets fired.
I still think you guys should tell your dads the truth. You don't know for sure that they would lose their jobs.
We don't know for sure that they wouldn't either. Too bad this thing can't help me see into the future. Then I know what to do.
The future, that's it.
Huh? No way, I'm not going anywhere.
You won't have to. Remember in the Bible how the prophet Daniel could predict what was going to happen before it happened?
Yeah, Daniel, the guy that got thrown in the lion's den. So?
If the machine can't take you into the future, let it do the next best thing. Bring a prophet back from the past into the present to predict the future for you. That way you'll know what choice you should make.
Nah, we better not.
Why not?
Look, I may not know why the machine was sent to me, but I have a pretty good idea it wasn't so I could conjure up my own personal profit. This is one decision I'm going to have to make on my own.
The king answered Daniel and said, "Surely your God is a God of gods and a Lord of kings and a revealer of mysteries, since you have been able to reveal this mystery."
Revealer of mysteries. Look, I may not know why the machine was sent to me, but I have a pretty good idea it wasn't so I could conjure up my own personal profit.
Hey, don't feel bad, Josh. You did the right thing. Sure, we lost our jobs, our home, Kim, everything else. I'm proud of you just the same.
All right, original recipe or extra crispy?
Extra crispy. Then again, maybe conjuring up my own personal profit isn't such a bad idea after all. Okay, here's the plan. We bring Dan into the present, get the scoop on the future, then zap him back to the past. But we've got to hurry, because I'm still grounded. Visitation hours end at 7.
I don't think that's it. Thanks, Mama, no!
Hello. Mind if I join you?
Daniel, I take it?
Yes. And you are?
So this is a lion's den. Not quite what I expected.
We'll explain. Come on.
Now let's see if I understand this correctly. You brought me out of the king's dungeon some 2,600 years into the future because you thought I could tell you if your father was going to lose his job?
Right. Will he?
I appreciate your predicament, lad, but I'm a prophet of God, not a fortune teller. And at present, God isn't providing me any insight into the destiny of your father. I'm sorry. But don't lose heart, for if you are willing to place your faith in God...
Look, Mr. Daniel, I hope you don't think I'm being rude or anything, but if my dad finds out that there's a lion in the basement, things are gonna go from bad to worse. So if it's the same to you, I think we better just send you both back to where...
Oh, no! Must have gotten out through the basement window!
This is worse than my nightmare. Come on.
Wait, I thought you were grounded!
It'll be worse than that if that lion eats somebody.
Oh, great! Come on!
My money says he went that way.
Come on.
Wait. Joshua. Joshua. Kids.
Would you repeat that?
10-4, King of the Jungle, no tags. Any word yet from that circus in town?
Oh no, they killed him!
Don't worry, they only tranquilized him.
Where will they take him?
He didn't escape from the circus, so I guess our next stop is the zoo. All right, folks, show's over.
At least he didn't have time to stop for a snack. Come on, let's get Daniel back before we get in any more trouble.
Where is Daniel anyway?
not yet. Man, this is the earliest I've been up on a Saturday since.
Ed? Just be glad you're not grounded. Dad was so mad when he caught me sneaking in last night. He told me to clean the entire basement.
Look, is that Daniel?
Sorry, Josh, watch along.
Just call me when you find him.
If we find him. I don't know. If I knew I had to go back to a lion's den, I'm not sure I want to get found.
Think about it, Caleb. Daniel's a prophet. He knows he's not going to get eaten. Anyway, God closes the mouths of the lions, remember? So why would Daniel be afraid?
I guess I never thought of it that way.
Just keep looking. He couldn't have gone too far.
Folks, gather around. Listen to the important message of this day. A message for a sinful and idolatrous generation. Yes, this is for people with feet of hay.
It's
okay?
not feet of hay, it's feet of clay, and I should know.
Hey, who are you to interrupt me in my prophecy? I can present this the way I want to, okay? Where do you shop for your clothes? Like I was saying, folks,
you're just making this up.
Rudely
He's just making this up.
False
prophet.
Don't scream at somebody else's store. I'm trying to run.
Man is a false prophet and has no business.
Listen to this message. Come back. I got a message.
I'm sorry to trouble you. Could you tell me where I could find the home of Joshua, son of Don? Is someone in there? Can you tell me where I might find the boy they call Joshua? Can you hear me?
The type of line for each dial has been exceeded. Please check the number and dial again, or ask your operator for assistance. This is a recording.
Thank you.
Are you Santa?
Oh, my name is Daniel. What's yours?
Suzanne? Is that beard real?
Yes, it is. Give it a pull if you don't believe me.
I told you never to talk to someone.
Take that, you false idol! How disheartening! It's discouraging to see that even in this age of enlightenment, the false scourge, the false idolatry, you children are right to take action. Now who wants to take another swing at this blasphemous donkey?
Hey, what is going on here, and who are you?
He's our friend, Daddy. His name is...
I am Daniel of Babylon. These young soldiers and I were just laying waste to this false idol.
Well, listen up here, Daniel. You better get out of here. I'm going to lay waste to you.
No need for violence, friend. Alas, my work here is done.
Yeah, Milford Police Department, please. Yeah, I want to talk to somebody right now. City Ordinance 872-B, no posting a public bills without a permit. Since this is your first offense, I'm just going to let you off with a warning this time.
1 Baker 4.
Go ahead, dispatch.
Investigate report of unruly male in Lincoln Park. Be advised, suspect is a transient and is dressed like Moses. Over.
10-4 dispatch, 1 Baker 4 rolling. Lyons, Moses. I'm getting too old for this.
Well, if it isn't Cinderella, how you like dungeon life, Your Highness?
Get lost, Simon. Hello? What? You found him where?
We're going over there now.
Police? Did you say police?
Come as soon as you can.
Caleb, are you there? Caleb!
Friend of yours in trouble, Josh? Hey, I know. Why don't you just turn yourself in and confess to the crime? Hey, I was just kidding. You're crazy! You think you can blow up Dungeon City without your dad finding out?
And the next thing I know, this King Nebuchadnezzar guy is coming in and doing the Babe Ruth thing to my kid's piñata.
I believe you have me confused with someone else, citizen. I am Daniel of Babylon, High Commissioner.
Yeah, you told me. Let's see some ID, a royal scepter or something.
This park is a lot bigger than I remembered.
Emily! Caleb! Where's Daniel? He's somewhere around the park. We just don't know where.
He couldn't have gone too far. Let's keep looking.
No phone number? No local address? I've got no choice. You're gonna have to come along with me.
No, wait! Stop!
Joshua, Caleb, Emily, so good to see you.
You guys know this guy?
Yeah, it sure is great to see you, Uncle Dan.
This guy is your uncle?
Yeah, he's sort of the white sheep of the family.
More like a friend, really.
Yeah, kind of like an uncle/friend type guy. Geez, sure is getting late. We better get Uncle Friend Daniel back home.
Not so fast. How come he doesn't have any ID?
'Cause he left it at home.
Back in Babylon, you mean?
That's right.
All right, that's it. Come on, Uncle Friend Daniel. Let's take a ride.
No, you can't!
It's all right, Joshua. This brave soldier is only doing what he feels is right.
Right.
Clearly, he feels as though I am a threat to the public safety.
I didn't say that exactly.
And as such, it is his duty to place me where I'll be of harm to no one, especially the children. For it is better for this proud potentate of peace to deliver a just man such as me into the darkest of dungeons, rather than to let one he feels evil roam free amongst ones as precious as these.
Officer, I mean, maybe I overreacted just a little bit. This Daniel guy, I mean, looks like the kids know him and all, and he doesn't seem to be any harm. Do you think we could just not have to run the old guy in?
Of course, better this caretaker of justice be struck by lightning rather than, what's a little justice without some mercy?
Yeah, a little mercy would be good.
You really know where this guy lives?
Yes, sir.
If I let him go, will you make sure he gets there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
And then I was swept away by this mob of panicked citizens.
Daniel.
The next morning, I was confronted by a wicked bearer of false prophets. And
Daniel.
then the most frightening of all was this box that kept saying your time had been exceeded, but it refused to elaborate.
Daniel! Look, I wish we had time to talk. 'Cause you seem like a really nice guy. Well, duh, of course you're a really nice guy. You're Daniel. But right now I got some stuff to work out with my dad. And before I do that, I gotta get you back to where you belong.
Forgive me, lad. I fear that in all of my excitement, I forgot about your problems. What can I do to help?
Well, you can stand there, I guess. Emily?
Joshua, I have been thinking about your dilemma. Before I go, well, there is one thing I'd like you to know.
What's that?
The key to making right decisions doesn't come from one's ability to see the future.
Tell me about it. I won't make that mistake again. Okay, Emily, let's do it.
Does this mean you want me to stay?
What's the deal, Emily?
I don't know. I entered the right command. It should have worked.
Here, let me.
Let me see that. I know what you're doing.
Come on, Caleb. Yeah, we better quit before we let another lion loose in town.
Of course, the lion.
Huh?
Daniel came into the present with the lion, and that's the only way we can send him back to the past.
But the lion's at the zoo.
Well, then we're gonna have to go there. That's the only way.
A lion? Oh, why do I always miss all the excitement?
Perhaps we should move the main entrance around to the other side. What do you fellas think?
Well, it's a thought.
Greetings, Father.
Simon, what a pleasant surprise. You know Mr. McCoy and Mr. Walker?
I sure do. Why, as a matter of fact, I just passed Josh on my way here. He was on his bike and...
Whoa, hold on. You just passed Josh?
Yes, sir. He was on his bike, and he said something about going into town to hang with his friends.
Walker, I thought you said you grounded your son.
I thought I had.
Gosh, Mr. Walker. I hope I didn't get Josh into any trouble.
No, Simon, you didn't get Josh into trouble. Josh got himself into trouble.
So, Simon, how was school this morning?
Oh, great, Dad.
How'd you do on that math test?
I got an A+.
Good, good.
Was there? What do you mean, was there? This is the Milford Zoo.
You got the right zoo, son, but the lion's gone.
You mean you put him to sleep?
No, we didn't put him to sleep.
Oh, what a relief.
We sent him to Africa.
What?
Hey, that animal was far too wild to remain in captivity. Truck came by this morning, took him down to the harbor. Ship ought to be setting sail just about now. Say, why all the interest in this particular cat anyway? Hello?
The harbor? How are we gonna get to the harbor?
There's a bus. I've taken it before.
Yeah, but what if the ship's already sailed?
We better hope it hasn't. Otherwise, instead of being able to see into the future, Daniel's gonna be living in it permanently.
This is crazy. We'll never find that lion.
Don't despair, Caleb. I have a notion our troubles will soon be over.
A notion? Is that the same as a prophecy?
Not at all.
Daniel, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. When the king threw you into the lion's den, were you afraid?
No, I was terrified.
I think I'd rather be eaten by a lion than have to face my dad again.
Perhaps events with your father will not turn out as badly as you think.
Well, now, so you're the one they're shipping off to Africa.
Daniel and the lion are still too far apart for the time machine to work. We've got to get in there.
What we need is some kind of distraction. Something that would get the guard out of there long enough for us to sneak in there and do our thing.
Daniel, were there any other lions in that lion's den?
Quite a few, as a matter of fact. Why do you ask?
Emily, I got a plan.
Am
already one step ahead of you.
Hey, come here. On over here. Come here. Come on, hey, big fella. Come on, give us a roar. Just that's all I want. It's just one big Leo the Lion MGM type roar. What kind of lion are you? Roar, you mangy flea bag! What do you know? Ventriloquist lion.
You guys stay here and look out, all right?
Looks like Carl's trying to tell us something.
Yep, I reckon.
Oh, charades. I like charades. Sounds like crying. Carl must have seen his paycheck. But sounds like strangle. Yeah, it's a movie. Goldfinger. Did you see? I loved Gold. James Bond's my favorite. What? Point of no return. Newspaper? You want the funnies? What? The Lion? Oh, for crimini's sake. What about the Lion? Copy that. Break out the rifles.
I hope you're not mad at me for zapping you 2,600 years into the future and all. I know it must have been sort of an imposition.
Not at all. Your timing couldn't have been better.
I'm sorry you got lost and everything. But at least things worked out okay in the end. I wish I could say the same thing about me and my dad.
Well, time will tell for all of us. As for me, let's not forget, I have a den full of lions to contend with.
You're afraid?
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah, but I thought... I mean, don't you know what's going to happen when you go back?
Well, I suppose there's a good chance I'll be eaten alive by wild beasts, if that's what you mean.
But you're a prophet. Why don't you just look into the future? I mean, the past, and find out for sure. Then you know whether it was safe or not to go back.
Josh, hurry!
My safety is beside the point. All that matters is that I fulfill the future God has chosen for me. And if that destiny includes being thrown to the lions, so be it.
But you might get eaten. How can you go back without knowing what happens?
Joshua, all along I've been trying to tell you that true strength isn't derived from a knowledge of the future. True strength comes from placing your faith in God. And it's that faith that makes me strong enough to face the future that God has in store for me, no matter what that future may be.
Hurry, Josh, they're coming!
Well, I'd best be going.
I'll never forget you, Daniel.
Farewell, Joshua. Remember what I told you, and you'll do well.
Yeah, I have a feeling things are gonna work out okay for you, too.
Is that a prophecy?
No, just a notion.
Gee, Carl, I'm shaking in my boots.
What a pussycat. Big pussycat.
I still don't understand why you didn't come to me with this drill bit business in the first place.
I should have. I just didn't want you to lose the museum job because of me. I'm sorry, Dad. You can grab me some more if you want.
Well, I don't think that'll be necessary. But we do have a little call to make.
I don't know what to say. I'm shocked. Shocked that my friend Josh would try to blame me for something I didn't do. I wasn't even near shop class that day. I know you've always been a little jealous of me, Josh. What with my dad being rich and all. But I never dreamed you'd stoop to something like this.
Oh, come off it, Simon. You broke that drill bit and you know it.
I feel sorry for you, Josh. I guess after breaking the first bit, you just couldn't stand being caught a second time.
That's a lie!
All right, Josh. Take it easy.
But, Dad...
I've heard enough of this nonsense. Young man, it seems to me that you owe my son an apology.
Not so fast, Mr. Vanderhill.
Come, Walker. Your boy is clearly leading us down the garden path here. Now, if he were my son, I'd ground him for a solid month.
My son is not a liar.
Well, surely you're not accusing my son. Simon Jr. has never lied to me in his entire life, and I seriously doubt that he would start that now. Young man, you apologize to my son this instant.
He'll do no such thing.
Dad?
It's okay, Josh.
I'm warning you, Walker. You're on very thin ice.
I'd go skinny dipping in the Arctic before I'd let my son apologize for something he didn't do. Especially if it meant covering up for your son here.
Very well, you leave me no choice. Walker, you're fired.
I had a hunch you'd be saying that. Come on, Josh.
You'll be sorry that you ever crossed me, Walker. I have friends in this town.
Nice going, Josh. Hope your dumb computer adapter was worth it.
If you weren't near shop class that day, how come you knew about my computer adapter?
Simon? Simon, answer the question. How did you know about this adapter? Answer the question!
I just guessed, okay? What? I mean, just because Josh had an adapter in shop class doesn't mean I saw it. I mean, I didn't see it. I don't know what he's talking about. Dad, you believe me, don't you? Dad, say something.
You gentlemen, please excuse us. Simon Jr. and I need to have a little talk.
Hey, I'm proud of you, son.
Likewise, Daddy.
So what happened to Simon Jr.?
Last I heard, he was still grounded.
Well, at least Mr. Vanderhill gave your dads your jobs back.
The best part was he gave him a raise. And he also promised to stop changing his mind every 5 seconds.
See, everything worked out okay after all, just like Daniel said it would.
Let's just hope this adapter is worth all the trouble.
It was cool of Mr. Pinch trying to help you make it. Think it'll work?
There's only one way to find out.
Well?
I don't know, guys. I was hoping my disassembler software would help me decipher the machine's program. But it doesn't look like it's...
Who's that?
Hello, Josh. As I record this message, it is the year 2074. I have sent this rather unusual package to you because I knew I could trust you. You see, we have a great deal in common, you and I. My name is Joshua Clayton Walker. I am you, Josh. I know this comes as something of a shock, but I need you to listen very carefully to what I have to say. You and your friends are in great danger.